good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Welcome along. We are here with the Community 10K, the Monday Community 10K. And once again, it seems like it's been a billion years since I ran on Zwift. I actually ran in real life on Zwift. I am here resting again. We can blame my wife again because I told my wife I was really tired. She said, "Well, don't run. You need to recover." So I am taking her sound sage advice, and I'm not running again. But I'm going to commentate. I'm going to be here for the next 45 minutes to an hour, and we're going to go through the runners. We're going to have a chat online. So I am running in game with the Noble Pro treadmill, but I am not running in real life, and I will delete the run afterwards, and it will delete all the XP that I accumulate during this run. There will be nothing gained from this run in terms of Zwift XP or mileage on Zwift. I will delete it all. It's just to give people somebody to follow, to make sure that the beacon is there. Anthony Anderson, he says, you're getting too used to not running. Tina says, we've seen a lot of that jumper lately. Yeah, I know. Look, honestly, I would, right, so normally in this situation I would run, but I think I am being a little bit more cautious these days after a big long run. So we did the 100 miler over a week and a bit ago, and then at the weekend I ran the Beachy Head Marathon with Amy Green and Sebastian Vaught and Jonathan Perkin. We had a great time, we really enjoyed it, but it was wet, it was windy, it was muddy underfoot, and so it took a big toll on my legs, which were already still quite trashed from the autumn 100. So I have decided to be once again sensible and not run tonight. There will be running this week, most probably Wednesday. I have something to do tomorrow, so I will be busy tomorrow. But Wednesday we will be back and we will do the workout Wednesday, and I will run. Paul Deering says, the guy on my TV looks like someone we used to know that ran on Zwift. Yeah, I don't know who that was. Running on Zwift? I've heard of standing on the treadmill, not moving, and just chatting while you're live on Zwift, but not actually running. I mean, who would do that? You can just set your treadmill to go and it just goes. You don't have to actually run. Yeah, Zwift standing live. You don't call it Zwift running live anymore. It's just Zwift standing live. The Zwift stand channel. The Zwift chat channel. Tina says, you do have to be more careful as you get older. You see? Exactly. And in a minute, when we've finished here, I will go in, I will sit on the sofa with my tartan blanket and a cup of Horlicks, and I will have a very relaxing evening looking over my bifocal spectacles, looking down on the grandchildren. Let me just briefly say hello again to everyone in game. Nice to see you all for another Monday community run. I just said nice to see you all for another Monday community run. I'm going to say something else now. Have you all had a splendiferous... I used the word splendiferous in a sentence. So let's see if we get any responses from that. Theo Heldorn is running. Lee Walker is running. Nono is running as well. So those are names I recognise. Pieters is running as well from the Netherlands. Iannini from Italy. We've got Cook from the USA. Did you know, right at the moment, by the way, just in case you're not aware, you know that every year I go and I commentate on and I do the social media for an event called the Backyard Ultra in Suffolk. So that event every year is a qualifier for the World Backyard Ultra Championships, which are taking place right now in Tennessee. And so currently they are on day 3. They've just passed 2 days of running in the Backyard Ultra. So they are now on something like 52 hours into the run. So let me briefly explain a Backyard Ultra to you. Amy Green has done a Backyard Ultra. You go around a loop of about 4 miles, just over 4 miles. You have to do that loop in 1 hour. If you take longer than an hour to do it, you're out. If you take less than an hour, then you've got however many minutes to recover before on the hour you then have to start again, and you must start on the hour every hour, and then you basically keep going for as many as you can do. And the current world record is 102 it's called yards because it's a backyard ultra, so each loop is called a yard. So the current record is held by an Australian guy called Phil Gore, and it's 102 hours or 102 yards, which is something ridiculous like 400 miles, something crazy like that. Lee Walker says, Stephen, how do you set the treadmill, the Techno Gym to not stop? It doesn't. I'm using the Noble Pro today. So the Techno Gym treadmill, if I just set that running, it would stop after a minute if I'm not on it running. Whereas the Noble Pro treadmill doesn't quite have that kind of technology, and it will just keep going and keep going. So it's the Noble Pro treadmill on my left here that I'm using to run on Zwift at the moment. Apparently, Tina says, my Zwift took so long to update tonight. I had to run Zwiftless. So there is an update. I think now, hang on a minute, have we just had an update? I'm so confused about updates because sometimes I get them slightly ahead of time and other times I get them when everyone else does. So I'm not entirely sure what update we're on at the moment. Lee Walker says, nice to see you all. Paul Deering says, Stephen's treadmill is now merely a clothes horse. Yeah, like everybody else's treadmill that doesn't run on Zwift. They just put clothes on it. John Farrell is running as fast as I am. So well done, John. Thank you very much for joining us. And good to see you're running as hard as I am. Lee Walker says, I have the Techno Gym, and when I go to the loo, it just stops before I get back to it. Yeah, that's exactly the same that happens to me. If I jump off the Techno Gym and go to the loo, it waits for 1 minute and then it stops. But I think that's a good thing because it does save energy, it saves electricity, it saves the motor on the treadmill as well, and it also kind of stops you cheating, doesn't it, really, which is exactly what I'm doing with the Noble Pro today. Anthony Anderson, hello Anthony. Victoria says hello, all happy Monday. Paul Hayward says hi. Victoria says, apologies, it's my fault Mr. C isn't running tonight. It's kind of Victoria's fault. I said to Victoria, I'm tired. And she said, well, don't run then. You need to recover. You need to relax. You've had a busy week and a bit with the 100 miler and the Beachy Head Marathon. I'll tell you all about the Beachy Head Marathon shortly. Let me just talk about the Backyard Ultra to everyone in game as well. Bear with me. Did you know that right now in Tennessee, it's the Backyard Ultra World Championship? One 4-mile loop every hour on the hour. The runners are currently on number 52. That's 52 hours of running non-stop. 52 hours of running with no sleep. And around about 220 miles. So yeah, they're about. So what's? Hang on a minute. 4 times 4, 16, 216. So they'll be approaching to. In fact, they're probably on lap 53 or 54 now. Actually, so they are definitely on about 220, 224 miles. Marcus Holmes is on. Hello, Marcus. Hello, everyone. He says he has a meeting at 2 p.m. But I thought I would pop on. So 2 p.m. I guess that's 7 p.m. our time here. So Marcus will be off and away. He says, really nicely done, everyone who ran Beachy Head. Yes, so Beachy Head was myself, Amy Green, Sebastian Volt from Berlin, and Jonathan Perkin, and Neil Messenger as well. Sorry, forgetting Neil Messenger. And then the next day, so we did that on Saturday, and then the day after, it was supposed to be Amy and Sebastian running the half marathon, the Beachy Head half marathon, but Amy was really tired, so she ducked out and left Sebastian to run solo, and Sebastian completed the Beachy Head half marathon on Sunday. So amazing running from Sebastian. Marcus says, how was the pizza? Very nice, thank you very much. Yeah, we did stop for pizza at Pizza Express on Friday before the Beachy Head Marathon. Yeah, Tina says, come on, Stephen, we know maths isn't your thing. Yeah. So I think they must be on about 53 yards now. So 48 yards is 200 miles, and it's just over 4 miles per loop. So that would be 220-ish miles they've covered in the Backyard Ultra World Championships. Anthony Anderson says, has anyone watched the final of the Golden Trail series? I haven't. Do you know what? I know that I've kept on banging on about how good the Golden Trail series is, and you should watch it. And of course, I haven't kept up with it this year at all, really. How did it go, Anthony? Tell us all about the Golden Trail series finals. Paul Deering says, did you get a table okay at Pizza Express? Well, honestly, what a story that is. So if you joined us last week, was it Monday last week? In fact, I think we did it, didn't we? And I phoned Pizza Express live on the air to book a table for Friday, although I eventually ended up saying Saturday for some reason. I tried to book a table at Pizza Express for Friday. Now, when I phoned up, the lady who answered seemed very confused. And I'm sure that now, people have questioned whether I phoned an actual restaurant. I did phone a restaurant. I did phone Pizza Express. I did phone Pizza Express in Eastbourne, East Sussex. And I did speak to a waitress there. And I said to her, may I please book a table for, I actually said Saturday, coming. And she was very confused. And she said, book a table? I've never heard of that before. Let me just go and speak to my manager. Which I could not believe. I couldn't believe that she'd never heard of booking a table before. In a restaurant, of all things. Anyway, she goes away, she comes back, having spoken to the manager, she says, we don't actually do that. We don't book tables. Oh, really? No, so you just have to turn up. There'll be tables available, though. Now, I wasn't really worried because I knew that we were going at 6 p.m. on a Friday. I knew it would probably have plenty of tables. And as it was, there were plenty of tables and it was fine. However, hilariously enough, when we arrived at the door of the restaurant. The woman taking us into the restaurant and showing us to our seats approached us and said, "Have you booked?" She said, "Have you booked?" I said, "No, we phoned up to try and book," and she said, "You don't have to book." And she was very confused. Really? That's a very strange thing. Anyway, it turns out you can actually book a table, but you have to do it on the Pizza Express app on your phone. So it is possible to book. But of course, me being old, not being up with technology, not understanding these kind of things, I hadn't done that. Paul Hayward says, "Well done, Seb. Sebastian, amazing running." Sebastian is here. He says, "Cheers, just landed in the moment. Just landed in this moment. Still sitting in the airplane." He's just landed from the UK. So having run on Saturday and yesterday, Sebastian got the plane back to Berlin today. He's literally just landed in Berlin. He's still sitting in the airplane. And he just popped in to say hello. So hello, Sebastian. Congratulations on a great weekend. Well done. Fantastic running. Have a little story to tell you about mine and Sebastian's run, which I feel a little bit guilty about. Not that I should feel particularly guilty, but anyway, I'll tell you about that in a second. So Anthony is telling us all about the Golden Trail Series final, which was won, he says, by Remy Bonnet. Now, I don't know if you know, but Remy Bonnet is a very well-known short-distance ultra runner. So short-distance ultra, so anything over a marathon, but short-distance ultra would be something like 50k, 60k, something like that. Good evening, Jeff Partridge. He says, "Good evening, slackers." So yeah, Remy Bonnet won the overall Golden Trail Series. That's all the races combined in the Golden Trail Series, but apparently didn't actually win the final race. There was a Moroccan first, followed by Kenyan, and then Remy Bonnet was third. Good race, but it looked quite hard. What was the race called, Anthony? Which was the final race? I have coffee, by the way. Well done so far, everyone. The yellow beacon is 3 kilometres in. Jeff Partridge, yeah. Now we're just talking about the Backyard Ultra World Championships. Now one of the British favourites and the former world record holder at the Backyard Ultra, John Stocker, who briefly held the world record for 81 yards or 81 hours of running, which was set about 3 years ago in Suffolk at the Suffolk Backyard Ultra. John was running in the World Championship finals in Tennessee. He is out. He is out on 50 yards. So we did hear that the course is a bit more difficult. It's a lot more trail oriented, a lot more tree routes, a lot more single track. So it's a bit more difficult, a lot more elevation. So it's a tougher course to run on. So we did hear that few people were finding it a bit more difficult than they'd expected. And maybe John was one of those. John Stocker, one of the UK's top backyard ultra runners, is out of it's called Biggs Backyard in Tennessee. So he's out. He did 50 yards. So yeah, we did see that just before we came on air, Jeff. Anthony says the final run in the Golden Trail Series was in northern Italy, a place called Noli. I don't know if I've heard of it, Anthony, but I will try and remember to look it up on YouTube, because most of the Golden Trail Series runs are on YouTube. Really exciting races. If you haven't seen them before, go and check them out on YouTube. Just type in Golden Trail Series on YouTube and you'll find some of the Golden Trail Series runs from all over the world. And they're usually around about just under marathon distance. They can be 25k, 30k, up to marathon distance trail races, mountain races. They can be very hilly, very technical, but also it's very fast running because they're usually short. They're usually shorter than a marathon. I know the Mont Blanc Marathon is one of them. So that is marathon distance, but usually the Golden Trail Series are slightly shorter, which is why Remy Bonnet is pretty good at them. Amy Green has just got home as well, so they must have stayed over in Eastbourne again last night. And Amy Green has just arrived home back in Nottingham, having taken part in the Beachy Head Marathon on Saturday. Very well done indeed, Amy. Amy, I didn't find out, or I wasn't aware. I couldn't remember what your time was from last year. Whether you were any quicker this year or whether it was slower because of the bad weather. I mean, I know that you're not that worried about times, but let me know. Let me know what your time was last year and what your time was this year. Like I say, Beachy Head Marathon, the weather was particularly strange this year. Very odd indeed. Paul Hayward says about Amy, he says, I thought you only went for the pizza, so well done for throwing a marathon in as well, Amy. And she says, Amy says she thinks she was about 20 minutes slower this year than last. I think Amy last year did about 6 hours 20, so it must have been 6 hours 40 or so this year. But she is blaming the weather, she says. Anthony says, Amy, is your house okay and not flooded? So whilst Amy was away, of course, the weather has been pretty bad up north. We are down here on the south coast of the UK and the weather hasn't been that bad down here. But up north, yeah, we have had the storm up there, haven't we? So Anthony just checking whether Amy's house hasn't been flooded while she's away. Victoria says she did only go for the pizza, though. To be honest, I only went for the pizza, but I did throw in a marathon as well. Okay, so we're coming up to 4K with the Yellow Beacon. We're running the Monday community run, or of course, if you're just joining us, I am not running again. So I didn't run last week. I'm not running this week. I probably could have run, but I am just tired. I'm fatigued. So I'm being a little more sensible. Tina says we do have to be more sensible as we get older. So I am just being a little bit more sensible and not running again today. I will run this week, though. I will run on Wednesday for the Wednesday workout. I will definitely be running Wednesday workout this week. Lee Walker says, all this talk of food is making me hungry. Lee is running at the moment, so he can't eat food at the moment. Lee is currently at 4 kilometres in. Let's just go and have a look at Lee on the camera. Oh, on the Zwift rather, not on the camera. So there's Lee Walker. We'll just drop him a ride on. And let's go and click on his name. Oh, Lee's got a private profile, so we can't actually see any information about Lee at all. So all we know is Lee Walker from the UK. Can't even see how many miles he's run on Zwift. Right, Tina just correcting me there. She says, I didn't say we need to be more careful as we get older. She just said, you need to be more careful as you get older, Stephen. Victoria says, Beachy Head Marathon, she says, I did lots of cheering in the rain. Victoria was very good. She stayed at the marathon and at the half marathon yesterday, cheering people in. Although yesterday's weather was beautiful, actually, it has to be said. Saturday's weather, let me just talk to you about Saturday's weather. So we arrived having looked at the weather on Saturday morning, knowing that it was going to be pouring with rain. However, when we got out of the car, it wasn't raining. And we started the Beachy Head Marathon with no rain, but it was cloudy overhead. However, it didn't take too long for it to start raining, and it drizzled and drizzled. And then as we got onto the tops of the hills, it was very, very windy, and it became very gusty and blowy. And then, hilariously, at about 9.5 miles into the run, we dropped down into a beautiful village called Alfriston. And for about 5 minutes, the heavens literally opened, and it absolutely threw down as hard as you can imagine with rain. It was ridiculous. But that only lasted for 5 minutes, but it was just ridiculously hard rain. And then as soon as that had come, it almost completely disappeared again. And it was just windy and blowy. And again, we climbed up out of the village, back onto the tops of the hills again. And it was just really blowy. Then at some stage, we had some sideways hail. I think when we were running along one of the tops of the ridges, it was sideways hail for a little while. Then that stopped. And then, really bizarrely, as we approached and got onto the most beautiful section of the run, which is the Seven Sisters Hills, with the sea on our right and the hills stretching out in front of us, beautiful green, lush cliff tops, the sun came out. And it was absolutely gorgeous. Buenaventura has joined us. Hello, Buenaventura. Ace Ventura is on. Hello, Ace. Nice to have you with us. And Neil Messenger is on. Hello, Neil. Neil, another one who joined us from the Beachy Head Marathon on Saturday. Well done, Neil. So we had beautiful sunshine and actually quite hot weather for about an hour, and then I could see it coming in the distance. There was another big black cloud which came over, and of course we finished the run in the rain and the blowing wind again. So it was a very bizarre marathon. Really weird weather, raining, hailstones, high winds, beautiful sunshine, hot temperatures, cold temperatures, and then rain again. Very bizarre. And then yesterday we went out to support Sebastian doing the half marathon, and it was glorious weather all day. Really beautiful sunshine. It was crisp, cool, not boiling hot, but beautiful sunshine. And I'm so glad that Sebastian managed to experience that, because the Seven Sisters Hills on a day like that, absolutely perfect. Buenaventura is waiting for me to catch up. I'm going as fast as I can, Ace. Neil Messenger, yes, Neil Messenger beat his time from last year. So Neil Messenger ran the Beachy Head Marathon last year, but he also ran it this year. And this year, he beat his time by about 15 minutes, just under 15 minutes. So congratulations to Neil Messenger for his PR or PB at the Beachy Head Marathon this year. Well done, Neil. Victoria says hello, Neil, and hello, Ace Ventura. Jeff Partridge says, I'm still not talking to you, Tina Beard. Tina says, you know you love me, Jeff. Jeff says, that's not the point, Tina. And Tina says, of course it is. Paul Hayward is running as well. Hello, Paul. Nice to have you joining us. I'm sorry I'm not running, but I am making my avatar run. 5k up for Lee Walker. Well done to Lee, who is 5k into the Zwift community run, Monday community run here. We're doing 10k. So we'll do that in about an hour. So we've got about half an hour to go. I am just approaching 10k, 4.8 kilometers for the Noble Pro treadmill. Remember, if you're worried, I am not going to save this run. This run will be deleted, and any XP that have accumulated during this run, I will lose when I delete the run. I have found this out for definite, so nobody needs to panic. Nobody needs to go to Zwift HQ and complain. I am not saving this run, and I will lose all the accumulated XP when I delete the run. Right, let's just go back to my avatar. And I'll just announce to everyone we're up to 5k. The yellow beacon is now 5 kilometres halfway into our run. Don't forget to check the companion app for lots of events this week. Remember, most people are running the Tour of Watopia. So if you haven't signed up for TOW, stage 5 of Tour of Watopia is, hang on a minute, is it stage 5 this week? I thought it was stage 4 this week. Lee Walker says, thanks for the 5 minutes of fame. Lee, if you can type, can you tell us whereabouts in the UK are you from, and how long have you been running on Zwift? Because your profile is private, so we can't find out any information about you. So it'd be nice to know whereabouts in the country are you in the UK? I assume you're in the UK. Whereabouts are you, and how long have you been running on Zwift, so we can tell our viewers? Right, now I'm getting confused here. Jeff Partridge is talking about stage 5. Paul Hayward is saying stage 4. Jeff says, read my previous, Stephen. I did stage 4 this morning, but Zwift thinks I've already done stage 5. Yeah, I mean, how could you have possibly done stage 5? So that must be a glitch then. Because nobody's done stage 5 yet. Yeah, stage 5 hasn't been released yet, says Anthony. So yeah, it's definitely stage 4 this week. So have you contacted anyone yet about that, Jeff? I can do that for you if you like. I can ask. So, yeah, it seems like... oh, it's given me the full outfit, says Jeff. Wow, okay. Well, I guess, yeah. I mean, if it thinks you've done stage 5... Jeff Podge says, have I heck? He hasn't contacted anyone. I'm taking the full credit. Okay, well, it must be a glitch. It must be a glitch. Right, Lee Walker says he's near Manchester. He's been running on Zwift for just over a year. He says, I got a treadmill in order to get fit for the Manchester Marathon 2023. And he has stayed running on Zwift with us. Thank you, Lee. Appreciate that, buddy. Keep running on Zwift. I promise I will be back running properly on Zwift from Wednesday. I am busy tomorrow. We've got something exciting to do tomorrow. I am busy. I am not around. So exciting stuff. I'll let you know as and when. Not really Zwift related, but I guess it could half be Zwift related. But that's tomorrow. Wednesday, we are back on Zwift. We'll do the Wednesday workout at 5:30 UK time. That's 6:30 Central European time. Stupid lunchtime in the States. So if you want to join us for that Wednesday workout tomorrow, Wednesday, sorry, and we will do Group B. But we'll do it a bit quicker. Is anybody up for doing Group B of Wednesday workout on Wednesday? Tina, are you gonna do Group B? Amy says exciting. Yeah, I mean, I guess it is exciting. It is exciting, but it's like, it's kind of... Anyway, I'm not going to say any more. It's it's nothing that's going to kind of change Zwift or anything like that. It's nothing. Don't think there are new roads coming or anything. It's nothing like that. It's a personal thing to Victoria and me and our family. But anyway, it's just cool. We're excited. Right, Jeff Partridge says Group A for him and Seb. Really? Is that true? Are you definitely going to do Group A? Because if you're going to do Group A, I will join you in Group A, but set the bias lower. Neil Messenger is going to do Group B on Wednesday. Sebastian says he's never ever going to do Group A. Okay. So Jeff Partridge on his own for Group A then. I'm going to join Neil and Sebastian in Group B. I'll put the bias up a little bit, so I'll make it a little bit harder for myself. But I am going to do Group B for Wednesday workout on Wednesday. So if you want to join me for that, that'd be great. 5:30 UK time. And we're up to 6k. So we've got 6k to go now in the Monday community run. What plans have people got this week? What's everybody doing this week? Let me just ask that on the... I probably won't get any response at all, but let me just ask that in the run here. What plans have people got this week? Any races? Amy Green might do Group D. Jeff Partridge won't be home from work in time to do Wednesday workouts. Yeah, I know. Well, it probably will change. Jeff says we need to shift the times by an hour or so. Yeah, I mean, it probably will change in the summer, won't it? It'll go an hour that way, won't it? So it'll be 6:30. 4k to go, sorry. Did I say 6k to go? I mean 4k to go. 4k to go. Of the Monday community run. We've done just over 6k. Theo Heldorn is there. He's done 6.5k. Well done to Theo. Paul Haywood is right behind me. He has done 6.2. Buenaventura is back on Zwift. He's probably been on oil rig somewhere for the last 3 months, but he's back on Zwift. He's done 3.6k. Bit of a late join. He says he had some technical problems. Tour of Watopia on Tuesday for Sebastian. So yeah, I know that. So I'm not around tomorrow, but if people want to do, I would suggest tomorrow is a great time to do Tour of Watopia. If you want to go and do your stage 4 Tour of Watopia, I've only done stages 1 and 2. Last week, obviously, I missed stage 3. I will do stage 4 this week, and probably on Thursday, we'll have to kind of have a look at Bag That Badge on Thursday and see if we can do Tour of Watopia as well as or instead of Bag That Badge. Tour of Watopia tomorrow. Anthony Anderson is doing route A. So is that the long route, Anthony? Tour of Watopia tomorrow for Anthony Anderson is doing route A. So I think that's the long route. Paul Hayward is going to join Sebastian for Tour of Watopia tomorrow as well. So that's good. So lots of people are going to do Tour of Watopia tomorrow, get their stage 4 under the belt. Paul Hayward says in-game he has an easy-going week. I think for most people now it's settling down, easy-going until Christmas, or at least until December. I am going to start marathon training in December. But obviously we'll have a bit of a lull at Christmas. I'll try not to have too much of a lull at Christmas, but I obviously it's inevitable that we'll have a little bit of time off at Christmas. But we can start marathon training in December. Start getting the mileage back up. Start doing 1 or 2 speed sessions, getting a bit quicker. Neil Messenger says he's going to the firework display on Saturday night. So Neil's got firework display happening on Saturday evening. Jeff Partridge is now starting to ramp up his training with 12 weeks ago. So how is the injury, Jeff? If you don't know, Jeff Partridge has been injured or unwell stroke injured for a few weeks now, but looks like he's getting back into it. He has been waiting for doctor's results of some tests, but he's given up on waiting on those now and has just said, sod it, I'm going to start training because Jeff Partridge does have a 268-mile run to do in January. So not long to go. So he really does need to get his training in. In fact, Jeff says he has got the all clear from the doc and the pain is getting better. Paul Hayward says, go steady, Jeff. Yeah, absolutely. Just take it easy in the first couple of weeks of training, Jeff. See how you're feeling. Paul Hayward says, hang on a minute, 268 miles? No, don't go steady. Well, do go steady in the first couple of weeks and then, get those miles in, Jeff. Really hope, genuinely, Jeff, I really hope that you can get to the end of the spine this year or next year. It would be really fantastic to see you make it. So just look after yourself, take it easy, and just tick off those sections one by one. Anthony Anderson says, slow and steady, Jeff. That's what we want Jeff to do in the spine. Just go slow and steady. Take the full, however many, is it 5 days or 7 days? What's the time limit you've got? Is it 7 days to do it? Just take the full time limit. Get in with an hour to spare for every cut-off and just make sure you get to the end. Amy Green says, goodbye, everyone. See you on Wednesday. We'll see how I feel to see what I can do. Well done, Amy, for the Beachy Head Marathon on Saturday. Recover well, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Group D, possibly for Amy on Wednesday for Wednesday workout. The spine, 268 miles, you have 7 days to do it. So we want Jeff to take the full 7 days and make sure he gets to the end. We're not worried about time. We don't care about time. We don't care about records. We don't care about PBs. All we want is for Jeff to get to the finish line. Jeff says, I don't want to chase cutoffs. I need to build up a buffer. Well, you maybe. I mean, you're more experienced at this kind of distance than I am. But you know what I feel about even splits. You know how I feel about steady and the same pace all the way. The thing is, if you build up a buffer, aren't you just going to get yourself more tired by the end? But if you just go slowly for every section, you're going to be less tired by the end. Is that not how it works? Or is it just... I mean, obviously you're going to slow down, but I don't know. Anyway, Lee Walker says, Stephen, any idea how to change the treadmill elevation post-run? I have to change the treadmill elevation during a run because I'm on a slope in the garage. Oh my goodness. I don't really think you can do it, Lee. You certainly can't do it on Zwift or on Strava. You might be able to do it in Garmin. The only other way to do it is to download the GPX file, alter it manually in a text file, and then re-upload it to Strava. That's a big hassle. I mean, I don't know, Lee. There's no... If you upload your run to Strava and you click edit on the run itself, it doesn't give you the option to change the elevation. However, I think it may give you the option to change the elevation if you edit in Garmin Connect. I don't know if you use Garmin Connect. So what you could do is you could edit there and then transfer the file over to Strava. There's no way to do it in Zwift itself. There's no way to do it in the Zwift dashboard. Amy Green says, bye-bye pink hand waving. Jeff Partridge talking about building up a buffer or even splits in the spine. He says it doesn't really work like that over that kind of distance, and it's very dependent on the weather conditions. Yeah, I guess so. If you start in fine weather and you end in really terrible weather, and you are going north, aren't you? You're starting south and going north, so the weather is likely to get worse the further north you go. And maybe the terrain, are those hills, like those difficult hills, are they at the end of your run as well? So it may be that the more difficult part of the run is at the end and the worse weather is at the end, so you're more likely to go much, much slower. Yeah, so the run is south to north, so the weather will be worse in the north, obviously, because the weather is always worse in the north. And the Cheviot Hills are at the end, says Jeff, which are that's the most difficult in terms of elevation. It's the most difficult part of the run, especially when you're tired. So, yeah, I guess I can understand that you want to build up a buffer because you are going to drastically slow down in that last section. Okay. Yeah, understood. Right, so we're 7.5 kilometres in to the Monday community run. Buenaventura is 5 kilometres in. He is running just ahead of me. Paul Hayward is just ahead of me as well. Let's go through the runners and riders, and we'll drop some ride-ons. I will also have another sip of coffee. So my plan this week, guys, is nothing tomorrow. Then Wednesday workout on Wednesday. Thursday we've got Film My Run 500 in the morning, and we've got Bag That Badge and or the Tour of Watopia Stage 4 on Thursday evening. And then possibly also another Tour of Watopia on Friday evening. We'll either do Tour of Watopia or we'll do the recovery run, Friday recovery run with ZLDR on Friday. It may be that we actually do Bag That Badge on Thursday, because that is my run. I'm supposed to really, lead out that run. So we'll do Bag That Badge on Thursday. Then we'll do Tour of Watopia on Friday. So that's probably what we'll do. Lee Walker says it is lighter for longer up north, though. So you'll have more hours of daylight up north, Jeff, towards the end of the spine. Yeah, but of course, the more days he takes, that window of light will close, won't it? Because obviously the sun sets earlier and earlier each day. Right, let's nip up to the front here. There's Lee again, look. We've already given Lee a ride on. Right, somebody's just coming to the end. This is GVW just coming to the end of their run. 10 kilometres done. Bray is at 7.1 kilometres. Well done to him. Cole. M. Cole. Let's just have a look at the map here. This is Michael Cole. He's 37 years old. He's only a level 1 cyclist, so he has done a few kilometres on the bike, but he's a level 26 runner. So very experienced runner on Zwift. Well done to Michael. JST from Germany is on 9 kilometres. Well done to him. Find out a little bit more about him. This is Joe, who's 39 from Germany. We'll give Joe a ride on. Again, another level 1 cyclist, but a level 5 runner. So a very new member of Zwift here. This is Joe from Germany. Heart rate of 179 beats per minute. So working pretty hard towards the end of the 10K today. Well done to him. There's Lee Walker. He has got just over a kilometre left to run. Neil Messenger, you should have asked this earlier when Amy was here. She could have replied. Neil says, when I looked at Amy Green's heart rate, how come it's 100% in zone 5 on all her runs and walks? It may be, Neil, that she has her heart rate zones set incorrectly. That's probably what it is, but I'll have a look as well and see what I can figure out. Bronchinski from Germany. Running in his lederhosen, is at 9 kilometres, 1 kilometre to go for Bronchinski. Well done to him. This is, let's find his name, Andreas Bronchinski. He's 52 years old. He is a level 35 cyclist, a level 24 runner. So been on Zwift quite a long time, doing cycling and running. There's Cook, M. Cook. This is a lady from the USA. This is Megan. Well done, Megan. She's 43, and she is from the States. She is a level 30 runner. Doesn't cycle on Zwift, just runs. Level 30 runner. She's just got just over a kilometre to go on Zwift for today's Monday community run. I haven't plugged the Brighton Marathon at all, have I? Let me just quickly plug that. If you feel like running a marathon or a 10K in April, please come and join us. If you don't fancy the full marathon, there is Brighton 10K on April 7th as well. Everyone is welcome. Paul Hayward says, Amy gives her all. Amy gives 100%. Right, Buenaventura says he's going to try his best to be there. Fantastic. April 7th, Brighton, UK. Right, so that's, well, we've managed to hopefully convince one more runner to come and join us. Buenaventura. Been on Zwift for many, many years. Works on oil rigs, so he's sporadic. So sometimes he's away for 3, 4, 5 months on end. And then he'll come back and he'll spend a few weeks with us running on Zwift before he has to go away again to be on the oil rigs. So, and we've known Buenaventura for years now. So it's great that he has noted it down. He is considering it. He will try and make it there. So brilliant. So M. Cook, where are we? We were looking at M. Cook, weren't we? Yeah, Megan Cook. She is a level 30 runner, 2,605 kilometres run on Zwift. Well done to her. Theo Heldon, we all know Theo. Well done, Theo. He is a level 30 runner as well. Oh no, hang on a minute. I haven't got to Theo yet on here. Hang on. But he is a level 30 runner. 4,539 kilometres run on Zwift for Theo. He's 61 from the Netherlands. We know Theo very well. He came to run the Brighton Marathon with us last year. He's at 9.5 kilometres, so 500 metres to go for him. Isger, also from the Netherlands. Well done to him. Level 56 on the bike. Level 13 runner. That's Sten. Is it Isger? 8.4k in. Buenaventura, there he is. Let's drop him a ride on. He is a level 13 runner, level 56 on the bike. No, I'm still on Steg. I'm still on Sten. Hang on a minute. Let me have a look. Buenaventura, there we are. Got him. Age 49, Buenaventura, level 21 running stats. Not on the bike, so he is a level 21 runner from Spain. Oh, hang on a minute. Paul Hayward is on 9 kilometres. Well done, Paul. Buenaventura must have had a technical dropout there. Peters from the Netherlands. Well done, Peters. Have we given Paul a ride on? Yes, we have. Peters has a private profile, but a nice photograph of him. He's a ZLDR runner. And we don't have a level for him. So, yeah, all we've got is Peter Peters. This is Peter from the Netherlands. Well done to him. Thank you for joining us on the Monday community run with a kilometre to go. This is Katja Smit. Well done, Katja. She's just about to hit 9 kilometres. She's a level 17 cyclist, a level 23 runner. Katja Smit. Well done, Katja. Thank you for joining us on the Monday community run. Sir is a late join on 3.9 kilometres. Katja, by the way, has a photo of her tying her shoelace on her profile. Level 1 cyclist, level 4 runner. So very new to Zwift. Sir has done 4 kilometres. This is Unsun Sir, age 48. She's from the USA. Megan Cook and Theo have just hit 10k, so they're finishing their run. Well done, guys. Great job. Thank you for running with us. Let me just say hello to Unsun. Right, we are coming to the end. We've got 500 metres left to run. We've got one more runner there, Bray from England. Heart rate of 148 for Bray. Let's find out who that is. This is Mike Bray. He's 57. He's a level 30 runner, so he's pretty experienced. He's going to hit 3,000 kilometres run on Zwift by the end of this run. 2,998 kilometres before he started today. So he's going to be on 3,008 kilometres by the end. Well done to Mike Bray, hitting 3,000 kilometres on Zwift. Well done to him at level 30. I'll just type that in. There we are. He's gonna say, how does this guy know how much I've run on Zwift? Okay. Paul Hayward says, great work, Mike. Right, so we are pretty much done here. We've got 300 metres left to go. Lee Walker says, thanks for the company. Have a good night all. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, everybody, for commenting and chatting in-game and on Zwift and on the Zwift Run channel and on Twitch as well. Neil Messenger has been on Twitch. Thank you, Neil. Lee Walker, Jeff Partridge, Paul Hayward, Amy Green, Tina Beard, Paul Deering, Anthony Anderson. Who else have we had? Victoria has been on as well. Marcus joined us briefly, but Marcus is in the middle of a meeting right now. Jeff Partridge, I've said. Paul Deering, I've said. Yeah, so that's been everyone tonight. Thank you for the chat on the YouTube channel and on Twitch. Appreciate that. Apologies again for not running, but we will definitely be running on Wednesday. We're going to do Group B on Wednesday for Wednesday workout. That's when we'll next be back live on the Zwift Run channel. Nothing tomorrow. We are busy tomorrow. We've got stuff to do tomorrow. Exciting family stuff to do tomorrow. We'll let you know all about it when we return on Wednesday. Until then, thank you very much for watching. Mike Bray says thanks. He's now going to go and have a look at his stats because he probably didn't even realise that he was close to 3,000 kilometres on Zwift. Neil says thank you. Anthony Anderson says good running all. See you next time. Yeah, appreciate that, everyone. Appreciate your company tonight. We'll be back on Wednesday. Yeah, Mike says I didn't even realise it. Look at that. There you go. Right, so we're done. An hour's running, or an hour standing still on the treadmill. But you be aware, this jumper is maybe the last time you'll see this jumper for a little while, because it will be back to Zwift vests very soon. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Take care. I've just bitten my tongue again. We'll see you on Wednesday. Have a great evening and have a great day tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Go and run the tour of Watopia tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.